This conference will now be recorded.
Functions. So functions functions one of the important concept in programming language, guys. Not only in Python. Function you can able to see these functions concept in C.
This conference
Function.
will now
So I
be
will give
recorded.
function statements we will see. So first, coming to function is I hope you heard about this function, right? Do you have any idea about that is guys, about this function, guys? Even in C program you hear this word, function word. What is the function? So I will specify function is a block of code, or we will say that is block of statements. Function is nothing but it is a block of code or block of statements. So these statements will execute when we will call these statements. These statements, the block of statements will execute when we will call that function. So function is nothing but that is a block of code or block of statements. So these statements will execute when we will call that function. ah Function is nothing but a process of execution of a program. Absolutely, we have number of definitions for that. I mean, number of in the sense we can define any way. Even we can specify function is nothing but a process of execution of a program. Execution of a program in the sense sub program. We won't call entire program as a function. We can divide entire a large program into a sub programs. Even we can say like this also. So before this, function in the sense it is a sub part. It is a sub part. That means we can divide a large program into sub programs by using functions. We will say like that also. This also right way, guys. You can say like this also. We can divide a large program. We can divide a large program into sub programs by using functions. Sub programs, we will call each and every sub program as a function. We can define like that also. I mean, instead of saying by using into sub programs, we will call each and every sub program as a function. That's up to our wish, guys. If one theoretical part, then you can define any way, no one will accept you, but you have to specify like this: function is a block of statements or block of code. So these block of statements will execute when we will call that program. When we will call that program, here I am removing this one. Just 4 to 5 lines is enough to define a function, because we have to concentrate on programming only. So you just remember these two statements, this enough. Okay, now these statements will execute when we call that function. Now for define I mean, instead of before that, to define to define to define function, we have to use def keyword. We have to use def keyword. So def is the one of the keyword in Python. We will use that to define a function. To define a function, we have to use this keyword. Now by using this function, by using functions, pass we can pass uh, parameters and then get result back. Get result get result back. get result back in the sense, meaning of the statement is we will pass parameters, parameter in the sense values. So for your clarity, we will specify something values. We can pass parameters or values and then get result back. Back in the sense, for that we have to use one keyword, that is return. We will get result back, that is return statement. These 4 lines is enough to define function, guys. Now we will see how to define a function in Python. So for that you just come back to IDE. There we will see how to define a function. I hope these 4 points is clear now. What I'm specifying about function, it is a block of statement or block of code for calling these, for calling or for executing these programs. We have to call that function. We will see that how to call a function. Okay, then third step, we have to return a, to define this function we have to use a special keyword in Python, that is the define, def. Then by using this function, so the advantage of the importance of these functions is we have to pass a parameters or values to the function, then we will get result from that function. So first we will see first we will see how to create a function with a set of statements. Then we will see how to call. Here I'm giving steps, guys. First we have to define a function with block of statements or block of code, and then we have to call, and then we have to execute those statements. Then we have to, for that define keyword, we have to use a keyword that's mandatory to define before. Then we will see how to pass values and how to get result back. So for that we will for that we just come back to here. So come back to here. It's better to take new file. I'm taking new file instead of running in interactive mode. It's better to run execute each and every statement in editor. So now I'm going to using function def define. Now here I'm going to define statements. So define, coming to this one, define function, define space function name of colon. So first it's better to know the function general form, then you'll get more clarity. So instead of saying that, it's better to keep syntax or general form, how to define a function. So for that we have to follow this procedure. Define, for define syntax we have to go like this. Define name of the function. Define followed by name of the function. Define name of the function followed by parenthesis. So here you have to specify args1 comma args2 and so on, args n. So passing, providing arguments is not a mandatory, guys. Based on the situation, for to define this function we have a number of cases. 4 different cases we have, then you will get clarity. Just I'm giving syntax here. Then colon, here we have to specify block of statements or that is code, block of statements. So this is the general form, guys. Define, we have to use define followed by name of the function. We have to specify function of, these are the parenthesis brackets of, open bracket and close parenthesis. Inside, if you have a necessity to receive arguments, you have to specify those. Otherwise you just keep it empty. Then inside function inside a function we have to write a block of statements. So actually this is the general form. To implement this function, actually we have few different ways. Do you know what are those ways, guys? Do you know those ways? Anybody? No, I have no idea. Then no issue. We will see here. Before going to syntax, I will give one statement to you. So in function, we have two, actually here we have two different types of, we have two different types of functions, guys. We have two different types of functions. We have two different types of functions. In that first one is first one is user defined. So it's better to define predefined. Pre predefined functions are library library, or we will call default. So we can categorize these functions into two categories. uh, First one is the predefined or library or default, whatever the name you can specify. Either it is a predefined, either it is a library, either it is a default. Second one is the user defined functions. So first we will see use predefined functions. So till now we discussed a few user defined functions guys. Can you notice the, can you specify here what are those, the what are the predefined functions? I mean, till now we utilized few functions like print, like a print. I think you know print, right? Print is also a default function. Then same like way we have a input also predefined functions. Same way we have int is a function. It, by using that we will convert strings, I mean integer strings to integer values. Same way we have float also. Float is also a function. Same way we have str also. Str is also function. Then we know pwd also. Pwd, sorry, that's not a pwd. uh POW. What is the use of POW guys? What is the use of POW function? While explaining arithmetic operators, I told that. What is the use of POW function? Power operations. Absolutely, Sudarshan. That is, to perform power operations, we will go with power. Then I want to convert a character into ASCII value. For that, which method we have to, which function we have to use? Number into characters and character to numbers. For that, we have two more functions, right? What are those? I want to convert a character from ASCII value, I mean from character to ASCII value. For that, I gave one function to you, right? I mean, while explaining compare relational operators, while explaining relational operators, I gave two functions to you for converting character to, I mean, alphabet to ASCII value. I think you heard WAD, and CHR. WAD and CHR. While comparing characters, I explained that WAD, ASCII value of capital A, ASCII value of a small a. So like that. Even help is also one of the method. Help is also default method. You heard only these guys. We discussed only these. You know print method, you know input, you know integer, you know float, you know str, you know POW, WAD, CHR, help. Then you heard few more also. You know few more also. Those are one of the important one, that is range. Range is also default method, right? For I in range of three parameters you are giving. So range is also default functions, one of the default function. Then like that we have number of default one guys. We will see all those after completing user defined functions. So here coming to user defined functions, the name in the sense, uh, so name specified. User can define his own functionality, his own functionality Actually inside Python. Absolutely, tuple and set also, but I didn't explain it those two na till now. That's why. Even list, tuple, set, and dict is also a default functions. We have number of. I will show you later, because I mean here I'm specifying only which I are discussed till now. I discussed only these default functions. That's why I specified here. Okay. Now coming to user defined function. User defined function in the sense, the name in the sense, user can define his functionality. Say suppose in default functions we have no function with the name of add. To perform addition of two numbers, further there is no default function. If you go with object orientation, there is a default function, but by default there is a no add, there is no subtraction, something like that. We have no, for that case we have to go with user defined functions. So append, okay, user defined can define his own functionality. For that for that in the sense, for defining that functionality, we have actually we have for that we have four different ways we have to follow. For that we have to follow four different ways we have to follow. So in that four different, in that first one is without parameters and without result, without result. That is the first way. I will show you each and I will give example for each and everyone guys. First one is the without parameters and without result. First one is the without passing any parameters. Actually here the importance of parameter is, I mean function is, we have by using function we pass parameters or values and then result, and then we'll get result. That is the main motto. But we can able to implement functions without passing any value and without getting any result also. Same way we have third way also. Third way is, in third way, without passing parameters, without parameters and with return result, with return result. That is the second case. Now we have a third case. That means in third case, with parameters, with parameters and without result. Then last and final case is, max we will go with fourth case only guys, with parameters and with return result. These are the four cases we have to define user defined function guys. So for define user defined function, we have to know general syntax. That is function name, then arguments. If you have a necessity to pass arguments, then we have to pass, then block of statements. So it's better to remove this one. I will specify here. So in this first case, actually the main importance of these functions is have to pass parameters and then get result. That is fourth case we have to, I mean max we have to go with fourth case only. If need, I mean max, I mean for these are, there is no chance to implement all these, I mean these three cases. If need, in worst case we have to go with top three cases guys. Max we have to go with in fourth case only. We will show, we will see each and I mean we will see example for each and every one. So first here we will go with without parameters and without return we have to specify. Without return in the sense, we have to implement a function, but for that function we won't pass any values and then we won't get any result from that function. That means, just come back to here we will see. So here I'm going to defining a function, define followed by, I mean here I'm going to giving example for this now, so that I will keep that, then I will. So now we are going to discussing about without passing parameters and without return result. So for this case I'm going to defining a function, define. So function name I'm going to giving display. Display is the function name here. So as per this, as I mean as per this first case, we are not passing any parameter guys. We are not passing, without in the sense we are not passing, without return in the sense we are not returning result. So that reason display followed by parenthesis symbols colon. So without return in the sense we are not going to returning, we are printing. Without return in the sense, you just keep in your mind, without return result in the sense we are going to printing something here. Hi, I am example for first case. I am example for first case. Hi, I am example for first case, that is without parameters and without result. Without parameters in the sense here this function looks like a empty. Without return in the sense we are going to printing the statement. So just save this file, just save this file. So I have to save this file at inside E. So here I want to create a new folder with the name of, here I want to give fun1 fun1.py, that means function1 I'm specifying. So without parameters in the sense there is no value inside function, then we are not returning result, that means we are going to printing inside function only. Now we just run this function, you just run this function, you are getting result like this. Sorry, where it is, wait a second. Now so I'm getting nothing. Why? So I'm getting nothing. Sorry, I mean function creation is over, but we have to call this function. We are created a function. So after creating this function, as per my statements, we have to create a function with a block of statements. Even inside function right now, inside my function I have only one statement, that is print of I am example for first cases. Now I want to call this function, then only we will get result. These statements will execute. For executing this statement we have to call this function. So for that we have to use statement, for that we have to say, we have to come out from function, then we have to use function name display. Display we have to specify, just you have to specify like this to call a function. Now we will get this result. So your program will construct this function without specifying calling statement like this. Without specifying function calling, your program won't execute. So that is the, I mean, case. That's why I didn't get any result here. I got empty. I initialized this, I defined function, but for that I didn't specify this calling function. Now I'm keeping this calling function. Now you can observe this result. Now you can observe this result. Now hi, I am example for first case. So in this case I'm not passing any parameters, then I'm not returning any result. Now we will see second case, then we will get more clarity. I'm going to commenting this one, I'm going to commenting this entire statement. I want to copy second one, I want to execute, I want to create a function for second case, that is without parameters we have to return a result without parameters and with return result. For that case uh, we have to use a return keyword here, define. So function name I'm giving, uh, function name I'm giving define, uh, define show. I'm giving show in the sense, uh, so I have to specify function like add, define add is a function. So in this case also you just observe without parameters in the sense. So here I have a define keyword followed by function name, that is add. So here I'm giving nothing because without parameters now I'm defining without parameter function without parameters, so that add of empty. Then but here we are trying to passing a result with return result. With the return result in the sense we have to use a special keyword return. We have to use a special keyword, that is the return. So as for this functionality, add in the sense we have to return addition of two values, right? So that I'm giving static values, 6 plus 5 I'm giving, 6 plus 5 I'm giving. In the second case we are not passing any parameters, but we are getting result. In this case you have to remember one thing. Now we have to call this function add is a function. So we are not passing any parameters by using this calling function, so that there is nothing to receive inside defining. So now I have written a result 6 plus 5. In this case you have to keep your calling function, you have to specify your calling function, you have to assign your calling function to one variable, that is the one case. or else you have to keep, or else you have to keep your entire add function inside the function. You have two cases, guys. While return result, I mean when you are return result, you have to assign your calling function to one variable, or else you have to keep your entire calling function inside print. Now in this, if you are going to assigning to one variable, in this case you have to print res. In this case you have to print res. Now res is the object for this add function. So when execution reaches to add, it will call this definition, then it will enter inside function, then it will return addition of 6 plus 5, that is 11. This 11 will be stored inside res. Here I am printing res, or else, I mean, if you don't want to use these, if you don't want to write these two statements, then you just specify print of add of, you will get same result. I will show you clarity. So remember guys, without parameters, in the sense by using this calling function, I'm not passing anything. Here I'm saying with return result now, so that we have to send something result from here, that is addition of 6 plus 5 we are return. So this I mean this value will be received here, then add assigner to one variable now, so that it will store, the add will store that value inside res. Now we are printing res here. So you just observe this result, then you get more clarity. Now addition value is 11. While receiving result, you have to follow two different ways, guys. One is assigning calling function to one variable, then we have to print that value. Otherwise you have to keep. Now I will comment this one, I will comment these two statements. I will comment this one, only I will specify this one, guys. Now we can see. Now also you will get same thing. Now print add function is existed inside. Now from add function we are getting addition of this 6 plus 5. So this add function is existed inside print, so that it will print value which is coming from add function, so for your clarity, you just save this function, then run module. Now we are getting same 11. There is no difference, guys. So here, if in case, if you don't want to print, if you don't want to use that result at any way, at any of the any line of the program, then in that case you have to go with print of add. If in case, if you want to use this result, the coming result, if you want to use in somewhere inside your program, then you have to store inside one variable. I hope it is clear now. What's the difference without passing parameters and with the return result? Please reply me here once. In first case, we are not passing anything by using display. Then from display, we are not returning anything. And returning, without return in the sense, you just remember we are printing something there only. With return in the sense, you have to use a keyword return 6 plus 5. In this case, you have to assign. In this case, we have to follow two different ways to print that coming result. One is we have to keep calling function inside print, or else we have to assign calling function to one variable, then you can print res. These are the steps we have to follow. Then we will see third case. So I have to comment this one again. I'm going to comment in all these statements. Now we will see third case. In third case, with the parameters, we have to pass a parameters, then we have to get result back. So example, so for this, in this case, if you are getting any requirement like this, we have to define a function add of. So here you just remember, till now we are till now I explained it without parameters in the sense, inside add I'm keeping nothing. Now with the parameters, now for that case we have to specify add of, in the sense, so to perform addition operation, minimum how many values we need to get from calling function, guys. I want to perform addition of two numbers. For that, how many values I need to get minimum? How many values I need to get? You just assume yourself. I want to perform addition. For that, minimum how many values I have to read from calling function? 2. Absolutely Prasanna. Absolutely Sunita. Minimum values, minimum we have two values. Either it is 0, 1 or it is 1, 0 or something, whatever it is. We have to get two values. That is the thing. So here I am assuming num1 comma num2. Now I have two different arguments here, num1 and num2, because we are going to performing addition. This is the example for with parameters, so that we are just assuming from calling function we are getting something. So I will write here. Then without return, without result in the sense what I have to write here, without return in the sense, without return in the sense what guys, what do we have to do here? Without return in the sense, now inside add we have num1 and num2. Absolutely Sudarshan, without return result in the sense we have to print those values, we have to print that result. Print of without return in the sense we have to print num1 plus num2, addition of num1 comma num2 we have to do, addition of print of num1 comma num2. Now function defining is over, right? Defining function is over. If I will execute this one, if I will execute this program, what you will get guys, what you will get if I run this program, define add of num1 comma num2 colon print of num1 comma num1 plus num2. In this case what you will get result? Now function defining is over. If I will execute this program till here, what will happen? Absolutely Sunita, absolutely Prasanna, no result. Why no result guys? After defining function we have to do something. What's that? As per my theory, function is the block of statements. That means we have got to define a function. Then after function what we have to do? After define function we have to call the function. Calling the function, creating function is over. Creating function or defining function, we will specify now I defined this function, or else I will say I created this function. Creation and defining part is over. After creation, after defining function part, you have to call that function. So for that, which I mean for that what I have to specify here, now I want to call this function. So for that, what is the name there? By using which name I have to call that one? Absolutely, here we have a function name, right? By using function name we have to call. So here define space function name is add. Now I want to use this function name to call that one. So that is add of. Now calling function is also ready. Now in this case what will happen guys? So in third case, what we have to specify with the parameters now. With the parameters in the sense we have to pass these parameters from user. So that I am specifying 12 comma 17 I am giving 12 comma 70. Now you just observe guys, calling function is existed outside of the function. You have to remember that calling function is existed outside of the function. So now how many statements I have inside function guys? Inside add how many statements we have? Inside add, Sudarshan, how many statements we have? We'll consider each and every line as a single statement. Now how many statements we have inside add function? Anybody? Sudarshan, you are absolutely wrong. Others please. How many statements we have inside this define? Absolutely, only one statement. That is, that is also print of num1 and num2. So now we just observe. Now defining function is over. Now this add function is ready to receive values num1 and num2. Now by using this calling function name, I have to call that is add of. Add of. Actually, this add of function waiting for two numbers, right? This add of function is waiting for two parameters because this is with the parameters now. Now we have this add function waiting for two numbers. So I'm passing these two values from calling function add of 12 comma 17. Now these 12 value will be stored inside num1, then these 17 will be stored inside num2. Now I'm printing num1 plus num2. Now here these num1 and num2 are local for this add only. Inside add only I can able to use num1 and num2. So here I specify num1 and num2 now. So that reason I will call addition of num1 and num2. Now we just observe result. So we are passing parameters by using these 12 and 17. Then for receiving these values, here the function while defining function I specified add of num1 comma num2. So first value will be stored inside first variable, then 17 will be stored inside second variable, that is the num2. Now these are the local variables inside function, so that I am using print of num1 plus num2. Whatever the values are existed inside num1 and num2, I am going to printing by using addition operator. Just to save this file, then run module. Then you can run module, that is 29. Addition of 12 and 17 is what guys? Addition of 17 and 12 is what? That is 29. 29 is the result we are getting. Same way we can implement fourth case. I already told you in this, as per my theory, max while implementing programming, we have to go with last case only, guys. Max 99.9% we will go with fourth case. Then here 80% we have to go with third one, 80% we have to go with. Then these two cases max we won't go. For printing static values, we have to go these two. Okay, now we will see fourth case. We will see, guys. Fourth case is important one, guys, actually. So sorry, I have to comment those one by using single quotes. Now that is over. Now we will see example for fourth case, that is with the parameters and with the return result. Same for this also, I'm going to defining a function, define add. Same, I'm giving same name, add of. So for this also, I'm going to receiving val1 comma val2. These are the arguments, val1 comma val2 colon. So here with the written in the with the written na, actually in previous example without written we discussed, so that I specified print of num1 comma num2. Now we are discussing with return. With return in the sense, what I have to do now, inside add function I have val1 and val2. Now I want to return that result. How can I return, guys? There is no need to get confused, guys. Now I'm going to using with return result. For that, which keyword we have to use now? Now I have to return, absolutely, that is return keyword we have to use here. Return, sorry, return we have to use. Now return, what I have to return now? Now inside add I have val1 comma val2. What I need to return here? Just assume yourself. Absolutely, that is addition of these val1 comma val2 we have to return. So here we are getting num1 and num2 without return case na. Here third case is without return result, so that I'm going print of num1 plus num2. Now in third case, in fourth case, we are passing parameters. Those are val1 comma val2. Now we have to, I mean, case is with return, so that I'm going to using return keyword. Return val1 addition val2, val1 addition val2. Defining function is over. Now part is we have to call function. For that case, in this case, in this with the return case, how can we keep our calling function, guys? Add of, I'm passing add of 23 comma 22 I'm giving. Now in this case, how can we keep this return add statement? Now we are going to using with the return result. Now if you are going to executing implementing function by using with return, in that case you have to keep this calling function. You have to assign a calling function to one variable, then you have to print that result, or else you have to keep that entire add of 23 comma 20 23 comma 22 inside one variable. Now in this case, by using calling function, I'm passing two values. Those are 23 and 22. Now these 23 will be stored inside val1. Then these 22 will be stored inside val2. Now I'm returning addition of val1 comma val2. Here you can't use num1 comma num2, guys, because num1 and num2 are belongs to this one. So here I specified arguments as val1 and val2. So that case, in this entire addition program, you have to use val1 and val2 only. Other than names you can't use. Now here I have two values, so that I specified two arguments. Now from calling function I am passing one more statement, that is 35. Now where I have to alter now? Now by using calling function I am passing three parameters, guys. Those are 23 comma 22 comma 35. In this case we have to add something inside defining function. Now what I have to add, I mean, we have to make few changes inside our defining function. Inside define function, absolutely we have to specify. Now you just assume these 23 will be, this is the calling function. So these, I mean, here we have a defining function. Now these 23 will be stored inside value 1, 22 will be stored inside value 2. Now we have one more extra parameter na, 35. But for receiving this parameter there is nothing, so that we have to specify one more variable with the name of val3. Specifying val3 is not necessary, guys. Okay, if you want to specify, you can specify n here. Now this 35 will be stored inside n. So here we are going to performing addition, so that I will specify val1 plus val2, then third parameter is third argument is n, so that I will specify plus n. Now we will get addition of three values. This add, by using this add function we are passing three different parameters. So 23, 22, 20, 35 will be stored inside val1, val2 and n. Then inside function I'm going to implementing I'm going to returning result, so that return val1 plus val2 plus n value. So whatever the arguments you specified here, you have to specify here. Other than names you can't specify, guys. Then you will get, in that case you will get few errors. Now we just execute this, run module. Now addition value is 80, because this calling function, we are calling this function, so this calling function returns something result to add is assigned to one variable, that is res represents that is result. Now after getting result to res, we have to print that res. Otherwise you have to specify print of add of 23 comma 22 comma 35. Is it is clear, guys, what we have to doing here? Please respond, please reply me here, please reply me quickly if you have any issue. Yes, Sunita have a new issue, Sudarshan also clear, Bhavaneshwari is clear, Prasanna is clear. Then what about others? Revati is also fine. I hope you guys are practicing along with me. I think so. You will practice, then you will get better result, guys. I'm very sure to say that. So that is over. Now till now we are giving static values now, 22, 23, 35. Then we will see how to pass these values dynamically. Then you will get more clarity. So that I'm going to taking new file, guys. So 4 different ways is over. As per my theoretical part, I gave example for each and every way. Now we will see small example. We will create. We'll take new file. We'll create new file. Instead of here, actually I am passing static values 23, 22, 35. Now I want to print addition of two numbers. I have to implement a function, I have to implement a program to perform addition of two numbers, that is by using dynamic way. For that, for addition, to perform addition max, we have to get two values now, so that I'm going to reading. Before that we have to implement a function, define instead of addition we will go with multiplication, because for addition I give number of examples now here. Now we will go with multiplication, mul of. To perform multiplication, how many value minimum, how many values we have to read from user, guys? To perform multiplication, minimum how many values we have to read? Absolutely, we have to read two values. So that here I'm going n1 comma n2. Now here n1 and n2 are arguments. So here we have n1 and n2 now. So that what we have to return here? I'm going to implementing by using fourth way only. Now what we have to return here? By using this function we are performing mul in the sense multiplication. So for that I have two numbers n1 and n2. Now what I have to return here? Absolutely, n1 star n2, then only we will get multiplication result na. N1 multiplication is symbol star, that is n2. N2 we have to specify. Now defining function is over, function definition is over. Now we have to implement a calling function. Before that we have to read two values from user. We have to read these two values from user na. So that I'm going to initializing num1 is equal to. Now to perform multiplication, which type of values we have to read, guys? Now we are going to performing addition multiplication of two numbers. For that we have to read two numbers. Those are belongs to which type? No. By using dynamic we are accessing. For that we are going with input of something. I have to know which type of values we have to read. Actually we have few different types na. String we have, integer, float, something we have. Now tell me which type of values we have to read. Absolutely, we have to read integer type. So that I'm using type convert. For typing conversion we have to use int of input of enter a number, enter first number. So here enter first number. So for user I'm showing this message. Same way I have to read num2 also. Num2 is equal to, so num2 is also belongs to integer na. so that I'm going to using input of enter second value, enter second value. We have to read second value. So reading two numbers is over. Those are num1 and num2. Now I want to pass this num1 and num2 to this malware, to this mul. How can we pass that, guys? We have to, I mean, here I implemented function by using return na. So that case we have to specify res. So mul is the calling function. So for mul we have to pass num1 comma num2, num1 comma num2. So I'm getting this, I'm reading this num1 and num2 from user. I'm reading these two numbers from user. After reading these two numbers, I'm passing to mul function. Now, so num1 value will be stored inside. Whatever the value we will get from user, that will be stored inside num1. Then in second line, we are getting number 2 from user. Then we are storing inside num2. Now I'm passing this num1 value. Num1 value we are storing inside num1 value to inside n1. Then we are storing num2 value inside n2. Now these num1 and num2 are global variables, and we have local variables. Now num1 and num2 are global variables, n1 and n2 are local. I mean, we can able to use num1 and num2 inside this function. So for your, I will execute this one, then you will get more clarity. So give me for 3 more minutes. I will close the session. Function 2, that is over. Now I'm going to executing this one. So if I run this one, what you will get, guys, you just go through this function, go through this code. If I run this function, what you will get is it will print anything or it won't print anything. Just remember, I implemented this function by using fourth way, passing parameters and return result. It won't print anything. Why? The reason is what? While getting result from function, how can we keep this one? I mean, we have to assign this calling function to another variable, na? That is mandatory, right? That is mandatory. For your clarity, you just execute save f5. Invalid syntax, I did something wrong. Okay, I have to remove this one. Save this file. Here it is asking something, that is I'm giving 3, then I'm giving value is 5. Actually we have to get multiplication of 3 and 5 na. So here we are reading number, then we are passing 3 and 5 to n1 and n2. We are performing multiplication. Even multiplication is also over. Then mul function returns something to this, but we are not printing here. The reason is we are getting result, but we are not assigned it to one variable, or else we are not specified inside function. So that I'm going to initializing to one variable, that is res. Now after storing inside res, you have to print res. That's over. Now you can run this from run function. Again it will ask two values to user. In that, one is the 5, another one is the 6. Now we will get multiplication of 5 and 6. Now this function returns a multiplication of 5 and 6 to this calling function. This calling function is assigned to one variable, that is res. Now I'm printing res. Absolutely Sudarshan, because there is no print statement. Now it is clear now how to get how to perform I mean to implement function by using dynamic values. Same way you can able to print. Now I want to print addition, guys. Now I want to print addition, say for this same this also. So for that we have to, what can we do? Instead of without changing this function, we have to create one more function. So I want to print addition of say these two values. I have to read two numbers from user. Then I want to print multiplication for those numbers. At the same time, I want to print addition of those numbers. So that here I'm going to implementing a function define add of. For addition also we are getting something val. So here I'm giving val1 comma val2, val1 comma val2. Now here I'm returning result, return val1 plus val2. Now same way here my function defining is over. From, I mean, this function returns result to me. So that after printing this result, I want to call that function. So again res1 is equal to add of same numbers. I mean I want to use same numbers to print addition also, num2. Now in this case first multiplication function will call. You will get result from multiplication function. then it will print. Now after printing that multiplication result, add function will be called. So inside add we have a two parameters, num1 and num2. Num1 value will be stored inside val1, num2 value will be stored inside val2. Now this add function returns val1 addition of val1 comma val1 plus val2. Now I assigned this add function to one variable. Instead of assigning to one variable, I am keeping that entire function inside a print. Now we can see, now we will get addition and multiplication for these two numbers. Return. So I did something wrong. What's that? Invalid syntax. I did something wrong at somewhere. What is that? I think here we have a space.
Sir, enter spelling wrong, sir.
Sorry. Here I have a spelling. This one.
Enter
I specified.
Enter second value.
No, it won't consider. It won't consider because we are going to printing now. So it won't think. I mean, program won't bother all this. So for your clarity, here I will remove everything. I will write something. Whatever you will write inside double quotation, inside input, it will print as it is, guys. It won't bother about spellings. Here I did mistake, that is I added one line here. That is the problem. So in last line, here my cursor blinking now. Here I have a something symbol. So that reason it's showing error. Now we can run this one, run module. So it is asking enter first value. I'm giving 34. Sorry. I will give minimum value, that is 3 I'm giving. Same in second, instead of asking second value, enter a second value, it won't bother about all those. Even if you make spelling mistakes, it won't consider because input method will print as it is. Whatever the message you specified input of without parentheses, it will print as it is. Even print also, even by using print also you can print something. Even print also won't bother. So here I will print something. So in this case also it won't worry anything. So even you can enter numbers, whatever it is, it won't check spellings wise. So see here, again I am executing. Actually our program is running again now, so we have to complete that one. So I am giving value 5. So addition, multiplication of 3 and 5 is 15. Then multiplication of 3 and 5 is 8 you are getting. So for your clarity, I will write here, that is within quotations mul is equal to so for this, I mean this print statement will print message as it is. Whatever it is existed inside double quotation, it will print as it is. Here we have comma, so whatever the value which existed inside rs, it will print there. Then same way addition also. So add is equal to then I'm using comma. So whatever the statement is existed within quotations inside print, it will print as it is. Then after printing the statement, we are printing addition of num1 comma num2. Now we can see, now we can check. Now run module, first it will ask enter a first value, that is I'm giving 5. Now it is asking something message because inside input I wrote something. Here I wrote something, so it will print as it is because we are trying to showing a message. In this case, input method don't consider spellings, guys. It will print as it is. If you will keep symbols there, it will print symbols only. So it is asking, actually here instead of showing this, we have to ask number 2. So I'm giving value is 6. Now first it will print multiplication. So after reading these two values, mul function will be execute. So mul function returns addition multiplication of number and num2. So here we are printing multiplication value with mul is equal to something. Now you can see. So mul is equal to 30. Then we are printing something here now. After executing this statement, we are printing something message, that is something. It will print as it is. Then it will call. Here we have another print. So it will print as it is this message. Add is equal to, it will print. So here we are getting add is equal to. There is a comma calling function we have, that is add of num1 comma num2. So these num1 and num2 are global, guys. Every time we have to pass these values. But while receiving, we have to specify our own values. Inside mul I have num1 and num2. Inside add I have val1 and val2. Here we have 3 types of values. Those variables num1 and num2, I mean these variables, if it is existed here, then we will call numbers. If these num1 and num2 existed inside parentheses, inside calling function, we will call these are the parameters. While receiving, we will call these variables as a arguments. Tomorrow I will give more clarity about this. Please give me confirmation. Is it is clear? I mean, is it is clear to you? Please give me confirmation. Yes, Prasanna says clear.